The silver-haired nobleman looks out the window towards the coast of Saltmarsh. Far off in the distance, the Sahuagin temple rises off of its island, a dark spire marring a once beautiful horizon. He sips at his tea, taking in the aroma and enjoying a little bit of calm after the storm. The door opens behind him as his servant walks in. "My lord, the Council of Saltmarsh is meeting soon. Your presence has been requested." "Yes, I'm quite aware." "Send word ahead that I will be a bit late. I have preparations to make." "Very good, sir." The butler leaves the room, leaving the nobleman to look back out the window. His eyes gleam with predatory intent as he spots our brave heroes walking down the street towards their favorite tavern. And as the camera pans out over Saltmarsh, I would like to welcome you all to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My name is Huck Johansson, aka the motherfucker with homemade eggnog. Thank you, waifu. Y'all are jealous.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Welcome to Ghosts of Saltmarsh. This is Prism Blade Gaming. Joining us today we have Ryan.
Ha! I don't have eggnog.
Shinzo.
Hello, I do not like eggnog.
Well, you're a fucking heathen then. And Shun.
I know.
Oh shoot, hey.
The distracted one.
That's me!
Bean will also be joining us later tonight, hopefully. Dingo and Quinn are out due to family issues. But, hey, there you are. So, in the last episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh, there was a bit of a fucking war.
Yeah, there was.
Quite.
We fucked shit up.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting that much to be thrown at us.
It was just a bit intense having 40 Sahuagin, 40 cultists.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just a little bit.
I mean, it probably would have been easier if any of you had taken more than one casting of Fireball.
I am playing a dumb knight.
And I have Fireball now.
She's like, I learned my lesson from that experience. I got it now.
Anyway. Previously on Saltmarsh, the Sahuagin and the Cult of the Dragon teamed up to attack Saltmarsh. Obviously, the two had promised each other something in return for taking the city. Unfortunately for them, both the Tyranny of Dragons party and the Ghosts of Saltmarsh party, the present company, banded together and pushed them all back, wrecking the cult's plans, destroying a massive majority of the Sahuagin forces, and driving them back to their respective bases. The Tyranny of Dragons crew has since set off towards the cultists' base deep in the Mere of Dead Men. However, our heroes, trademark, copyright, 2020, of the Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign, they're still chilling. After a massive war like that, they have spent the entire day helping to rebuild the broken and shattered parts of Saltmarsh itself. And that is where we are going to begin today. As part of the group is returning to the tavern. In particular, Helica, Amo, and Sorok. The three of you had been helping to rebuild one of the destroyed warehouses near the docks. But after it was finished, the day was almost done. It was time to go home, and the three of you decided to head to the tavern for a drink. Or 3. Or some wood if you're a giant B-Rex. Look, I don't judge Bigglesby, and you shouldn't either.
Okay.
However,
What time of day is it?
oh, it is late. It is late afternoon. The sun is setting. However, as the party turns the corner, Helica notices a very, very large lizard folk woman heading towards her. A group of other lizard folk warriors backing her up, and a very, very, very large lizard behind her, licking its eyeballs.
You are Helica, yes?
Yes, why, yes, that's me. And, who are you? She leans in.
I am Zutak, warrior of death, bringer of destruction.
Death and destruction. Seems like we have a couple of things in common.
Indeed. I have heard you fight well.
Yes, I guess. Why have you seeked me out? And how do you know me by name?
The queen spoke highly of you. And I saw you
purses her
fight.
lips.
I watched you slay them. The fish. You fight well.
Ah, yes.
You are strong. And my little friend here.
She steps aside, revealing a much smaller lizard folk man who has dark robes and a large book in his hands.
Cost. He seems smitten with you. He claims you could be an avatar of damnation.
Avatar of damnation. She looks up to the skies. And then looks back down and looks between Kors and Zutak. And she says, I'm guessing that you wish to learn from me or something.
Indeed. I am strong. I am powerful. But after seeing you do battle, I see I have much to learn. If you would have me.
And she actually goes down on a knee, plants a large sword between the two of you, and puts her hand on the pommel.
I would pledge my blade to you.
And the lot behind you as well.
They follow me. And as such, they will follow you in return.
Okay, rise then.
She looks up, a gleam of hope in her eyes, as she sheaths her fairly large sword. Does she have a sword? I don't remember what she has.
Yes.
Yeah,
Big
she has a
old
sword.
Claymore.
Yeah.
Now, you say you wish to learn. Well, that for me is all that I could hope for. I realized after being with that beautiful tiefling last night that she has shown me things that I was not privy to. And she points to the sky. Is the sky dark enough to see stars?
Not yet.
And she says, looking to the heavens and pointing, do you ever think that in your lifetime you would reach beyond what's out there above?
Zutak doesn't seem to understand the concept.
How about you, Korst? Come here, Sage.
Korsk does. He looks very interested in you.
She smiles vividly as she beckons him closer.
He comes closer to you, barely reaching your chest. As he looks up, kind of at the stars, or at the sky, trying to figure out, what the fuck is this crazy lady talking about?
A wicked grin plasters itself across Helica's face as she says, I foresee a night. No, an endless night on the horizon. And I can't get there without help, you see. Being with that beautiful tiefling and knowing what I know. And she blinks just rapidly. I need to have more. More, yes. And I can't have that in this, and she looks down at her body and then back up. In this, the vessel, I think. I don't know if that's the right word. She smiles. But, I would need your help. I have another with me. Her name is Charlotte, and I believe she will help. And also another, but I don't know. Course, is that your name? Now, if you
Yes.
following me, it's going to be a dark, very dark path. But I need commitment because what I promise you is greatness. I promise you that you come along with me, you will be at the pinnacle, the zenith of power. If I have your undying loyalty, can you promise me that? No matter what?
He licks his lips, tongue flipping in and out, and nods vigorously in agreement.
Yes. Yes, I will follow you.
Good. Well, you do know where I'm assuming, and she looks over at Azutak, since you know about me, you must know where my keep is, right?
They all nod.
All right.
Zutak herself speaks.
It is far from here to the west. A half-day's ride. A day's walk. We will reach it safely.
Well,
Unless you have need of us here.
she kind of just looks off. Yes, I'm going to have a drink before I make a move. If you wish to come with me, I'll buy you all the drinks on my tab.
Of course. You are quite generous, my lady.
You'll find that I'll be more than that if you keep up the good behavior. Now come with me.
That's sexual harassment and I don't have to take it.
Who's surprised this is the character that wanted to open up the bordello?
No one.
Madam Helica just using her wiles. But okay.
As the group turns and starts heading down towards the place, the tavern, the giant lizard steps up to Helica. Its tongue flips in and out, and eventually it leans in. Its tongue flicks out again, waggling against her face.
Oh. Yes.
And then it turns and walks away, following the rest of the party.
So, that's a baby.
No. Knife Tooth is fully grown.
So, knife tooth. She makes the correlation and says that that's yours.
Yes, he is mine.
And she pats at his back, revealing that there actually is a roughly hewn leather saddle on it.
Oh, okay. You're cavalry. Very good.
All right. We
I have so many ideas.
How many of them have to do with riding the lizard?
All of them.
Well, at least you're honest. All right, moving on. Next, we will turn over to... Bean's not here yet. Next, we will turn over to Shinzo. Shinzo, as you are returning to your particular inn, where your White Crow soldiers are stationed, you find that your soldiers have apparently not only replenished their ranks, but hired fucking everyone. Because in this tavern, you would walk in to find not only your original group, but also a couple of people wearing heavier armor, a large group of elves, some of which have thick oaken bows, others of which have knives and swords. You even see a group of dwarves drinking heavily, heavy plate mail armor piled in the corner next to them. And as you walk in, you realize that all of them have, somewhere on their armor, the banner of the White Crows. After a moment, they all recognize that you are here. And one of your older soldiers comes up. Boss! Hey, welcome! I'll tell you what, you made one hell of an impression on these folk. Like, we had put up a flyer looking for new members the night before. And then he just gestures wildly around at everyone. They all signed up today.
Oh, that is wonderful news, my friend. You have done well, as he claps down onto his shoulder. Now, let's drink and celebrate, because now we will all have the glory and do everything that we want. We will have money. We will have money. We will have ale. We will have everything that you wish. Just battle with everything you have. As he slams down onto the desk. And I will see to it that everybody's name is written down in history.
Roll me persuasion. You can't fail this roll.
Okay. Oh shit!
God damn!
Nat 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, holy shit. So,
Well done.
Literally everyone in the bar cheers, even the people who aren't working for the White Crows. As you eat, drink, and make merry, you get introduced to some of the folks. One of the dwarves comes up to you. Boss! Pleasure to meet you. We'll be your knights.
I am honored to have you with me.
Aye. Takes a huge swig of ale. It's an honor to be with you.
Well, let's get drunk.
A
As
few,
he goes and grabs a
a
cup
few,
of ale.
a few minutes later, you are introduced to the Cavaliers, a smaller merc group that has become the White Crow Cavaliers. With expertise in mounted combat and fighting from a horse. You also are introduced to that all of the elves are apparently split into two parties. One of them, calling themselves the White Leaf Association, are apparently expert hunters and trackers, who have a friendly rivalry with the other elven group, the Shadowed Canopy, a team of assassins. They basically, like, both of them joined the White Crows to one-up each other. And now they're hoping you can lead them in. Both of them tell you that they want you to lead them into battle so that they can get more kills than the other one.
I like y'all's minds. This is going to be great. And trust me, I will always have the most kills. As he lifts his meat up.
All of them laugh along and cheer. The dwarves have started singing songs. The Cavaliers are doing their own thing. The soldiers are helping them. The elves are kind of leering at each other from across the tavern, but are still laughing and joking. It's just a good big party all around. And with that, we will turn over to Ikaroth. And hopefully, Bean is here.
Yo.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Oh, you're fine. Food is important.
Truth.
So, below anything, below the city of Saltmarsh, are the tunnels and sewers belonging to the Yonti cult. A dark group that lurks in the shadows of Saltmarsh. Though, after Ikaroth's display, the Yonti aren't exactly hiding anymore. In fact, most of you, while helping the town rebuild, have actually seen multiple Yonti just out and about helping. As Ikaroth returns down to his temple deep below Saltmarsh itself, he would find his old group, the Blades of Zasarith, along with his personal companion Sazarak, waiting for him there. However, he would see that there's more than just them there. In the deep darkness of the temple, another group of serpentine Yonti slither out, examining him, their tongues flicking in and out. As well as one more who steps out of the blackness, wearing a similar outfit to the Blades, but with a little tougher armor on it, and with more blades than Ikaroth can count lining his legs. Good day, Sir Ikaroth Skan. I am Zathak.
Ikaroth would study him for a second before saying, "Good day to you as well, Zathark. I don't think I've seen you particularly standing out like this before."
I have not. It has always been my prerogative to remain in the shadows.
Ah, I totally understand, my friend. Well, it is a pleasure to see you here now.
Indeed. I have come to rejoin the Blades. I was part of the battle. I heard tales of your exploits, and you impress me. The Dark One has gifted you well.
Indeed he has. And I will say, the Blades, Sazerac, you did quite well out there. You made me proud, as a matter of fact.
Sazerac bows a bit.
Your words are kind, my liege, and I appreciate them. I bring to you a gift.
He
A gift.
He gestures behind him to the other Yonti, the more serpentine ones. All of them bow with respect.
These are the fangs of Skazazar. Expert archers and assassins.
Fantastic.
We would be honored to serve you. Especially if we are to take the fight to the sahuagin ourselves.
I will gladly take your hands in battle. To have the blades up front and the fangs in back. This Hagen will truly realize the power of the Yanti.
And with that, we will go back above ground. And before we jump over to Bean, I'd like to point out that I love the fact that that Amazonian mommy is now a meme. Shun, good job.
Amazonian mom. Oh yeah. Yes, Amazonian 6 foot tall Anunnaki mommy alien.
Pimpin' out, mum.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez. All right, and Miss Charlotte, you, in your advanced years, lol, have not really been helping anyone rebuild all that much. You've been going around helping people with little bits of magic wherever you can. But for the most part, you've just been hanging out, watching everyone else rebuild.
As I like to do. But I wonder, where is my dear child Violet?
Violet, as if expecting you to say that, immediately steps out from a corner. Yes?
Charlotte smiles kindly and says, "How long have you been training now?"
I have been training for 2 years, maybe 3. I lost track when the voices started.
Oh, dear mother can be quite ruthless with her teachings and ways. But one day, when she comes very close to her ear, you'll be completely under mine. But nevertheless, and she immediately quickly returns back to her seat. I wonder. Ooh?
As you sit back down on the bench, you glance over and see that there is now a dwarf in a dark outfit sitting next to you. He was not there literally 5 seconds ago.
And who might you be?
Skitch.
You Charlotte?
Excuse. Yes. The one and only.
Good. Yeah. Name's Sketch.
Sketch.
Sketch Steelshoe.
Steel shoe.
He waggles his
Interesting.
shoes, which you then notice actually have steel soles.
Ah, fitting. Well, what is it you want? Not many people come to me without no reason.
Been looking for you.
She taps her fingers. Ah, but before you talk to me, may I have a cup of tea, please?
He produces a cup of tea from his cloak and hands it to you.
Ah, oh, excellent. You are quite fast. She holds the cup of tea,
It's cold.
sort of shakingly. Ah, a bit cold, though. But it will do. She begins to sip, expectingly looking back. Well, what is it?
He keeps looking around, paranoid, as if waiting for someone to try and catch him.
What? Having a game of cat and mouse or something?
He glances to Charlotte, revealing for the first time his eyes, which are bright blue. I'll be honest. I'm not exactly on the up and up with the law. Neither's my crew.
That goes for nearly anyone these days.
Well, yeah. But how many criminals can honestly say they made a deal with a devil to get out of it? Get out of jail. That devil, and he points at Charlotte, happened to be your boss.
Oh, my dear great mother. She's been helping out everyone these days. She begins to sip her tea again. Ah. And then they all come back to me, because she has no time to deal with them all. So, what has she said to you?
In exchange for getting me and my men out of jail, we're to work for you, until she says otherwise.
Oh, really? That's very kind and generous of her. Well, I don't really have much work to do, but I can see a lot of other people over there do. And since Great Mother makes sure she never fails in her word, I think you'll be fine walking out in the day, wouldn't you?
Doesn't change habits, ma'am.
Oh, good. I like those that dip in pockets sometimes. Makes things much more interesting. Especially if you can find me something useful. How good are you?
He smirks at you. How good am I?
Yes. Let's say.
He
What do I
then
have
he
lying in
then
my
pulls
pockets
out.
right now?
He holds up one of your soul coins.
Oh.
He
Now that's quite.
He flicks it back to you and grins. Good enough for you?
Charlotte catches it swiftly and puts it back into her pockets. Well, you did the job before I could even ask. Very good.
A good thief doesn't come into an arrangement without proof of their skill.
Well, I must say, if you were another person and wasn't hired or dealt by dear mother, you would have been dead already.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh. Hmm. Have you been trained in anything else?
I know how to fight, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I love to see that. Violet,
Yes.
I'd like to do a little training session. Would you mind? I want to see which one of you two can be the best for me.
The two of them look at you, curiously.
The winner gets to have some time with me.
Violet immediately looks at Sketch as if she's going to murder him.
Oh, and no murdering. Although I do like to see a little blood.
The two of them watch, waiting to hear exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Let's see. It seems like you two fight dirty, and I don't like to make no rules, especially for the ones that serve under me. I'm quite liberal with my things, you see. But I wonder. And Charlotte stands up and looks at a place that's clear enough for a little duel.
Alright, the two of them take positions on either side of this little space.
Charlotte also casts a little illusion on the ground, and it seems as if a mirror reflects underneath the flooring, almost like water. And the moment that the both of them step on the little stage she's set up, it seems to ripple, just like a thin lake. Ah, good. This will be very interesting. Well, I'll sit back down here and watch you play.
Alright, out of character, what exactly are they supposed to be doing?
Fight
Ah, okay.
till we go down.
Okay. Sketch and Violet. Well, this is gonna be kind of boring. He hits. Does 13 damage. She hits. Does 15 damage. He misses. She hits. Does 10 damage. He misses.
Kick his ass, Violet!
What the fuck? Well, that's not how that's supposed to work. Let's try that again, Barbie girl. She slices him up 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Crikey.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill this poor guy.
You gotta stop her before she...
She seems to
How are they
understand.
looking right now?
She seems to understand that Charlotte doesn't want the dwarf dead, so settles for just smacking him with the blunt end of her massive spear.
Oh, darling, you are quite interesting. I haven't seen you fight before. Dear Lord,
That was the most Sith thing you could have ever done. Like,
you quite all right? Or are you just standing there, all More like laying there unconscious. She
Oh,
pokes him. Oh dear. That was quite interesting. Well, it seems you may have other uses for me. Tell me now, do you have anyone else of your entourage?
6 other dwarves suddenly come out of the crowd around the party, or around the 3 of you, and kind of nod or give small bows to Charlotte.
Charlotte nods respectfully. I knew it. I could see eyes beyond me. You all seeing that? Didn't you all?
All of them nod, kind of trying to step slightly away from Violet.
Good. Well, if you want to survive as the kind of people you are, you need to take care of yourselves better. But I do have a little job for you, if you're willing.
Aye.
I want to know if you can line your pockets with special ingredients for me. Or maybe whatever interesting you find for someone like me. Or
They help sketch up, and as he's shaking off the beating he just took. All
and
of them.
course take care of your man.
All of them are nodding and whispering amongst each other about, I know a place we could rob. Yeah, I know a place full of potion stuff we
No.
could steal for her.
I'm talking about robbing a person. Have you ever done a job like that before?
Breaking into a place? Yes, of course we have. Robbing a single person? Easy.
Good. I want you to find someone who looks like they could possibly help me with a little ritual of sorts. You might be aware, or maybe you're not. Someone who's into a very good deal of cult information. Perhaps something to regain my own youth. Are you understanding?
They're nodding along. Looks like a couple of them have already headed off, having something in mind that would help.
Good. And it doesn't hurt if you'd visit Great Mother sometime. Ask her how she's been. It's been so long since she's visited me. I quite miss her these days.
Alright. And with that...
Oh, and Violet. Oh,
Go ahead.
Charlotte grazes the back of her hand to her face. I think you will do some training with me later.
I would be honored to.
Good. I hope I don't extend my dues, but I was hoping that we could also do a little bit of melee together. But maybe another time.
Yes, of course.
Charlotte sits back down where she was before. Good. And you go make yourself some tea.
Yes.
You'll be needing good rest for what I'm going to put up with you.
Yes, of course. And she rushes off. With that, let's see. Dingo and Quinn aren't here, so we'll have to do them another time. I think that's everyone meeting their new followers. Okay, chat. I'm so glad y'all caught the Charlotte and the Seven Dwarves reference there. I was worried that would go over
Nice.
folks' heads.
Yes.
Later that evening, the party would be contacted by couriers from the Council of Saltmarsh. Each of the couriers' letters are asking for the party members to meet them at the council chambers to plan a counterattack. I'm assuming everyone here is going to that meeting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You're not exactly sure how, but a courier found Ikarath in his chambers deep underground. Got a message for you, sir. Says here for your eyes only. Oh, bye.
How the hell?
He's lucky we didn't kill him.
It's a question only the gods can answer. And they're afraid. As the party enters the main council chambers, they would find a lot of the nobles and other town leaders here, all gathered around a huge circular table, where you see Minister Sariv holding his hands over a large, very thin bowl of clean, crystal clear water. You can see him chanting something as the water is rippling with light.
Scrying, I presume.
Yeah. As you enter, you are immediately accosted by Mr. Fuck, I can't remember his name. I think it's Pinewater?
Yeah, Pinewater.
Yeah, that guy. You are immediately accosted by Mr. Pinewater. Ah, our resident heroes. How delightful to meet you again.
Oh, truly a delight.
Ikarath just stares.
Helika is just looking at her nails. And then she looks up at him. Yes, it is a pleasure. So, what's the business?
The business.
Charlotte goes quite close to Mr. Pinewater and drops her teacup she was still holding. Oh, I dropped it. Oh, it's crashed onto your toe. Oh, I'm so sorry.
He raises a brow,
Jakey.
flips a finger, and his boots are clean.
Oh, how boring.
The
Never
business.
do your deeds with manual labor. Never mind.
Charming to the last. The business today is counterattacks.
Okay, well, what are we dealing with?
Somehow you have piqued my interest.
We, the nobles and people of Saltmarsh, are planning a counterattack against that ugly eyesore that the sahuagin call a temple. With any luck, we're going to be leveling it. And of course, who better to assist us in this noble endeavor than the wondrous heroes who saved us from the fishman horde?
So, essentially, destroying the temple will exactly do what?
And well, for starters, it will stop that ugly baron from coming back. But it will also remove the sahuagin's main temple and scatter their many tribes and clans across the ocean. No more barricades, no more preventions of trade, no more innocent bystanders being attacked by fishmen who just want to murder and kill. Surely you don't think this is anything but a good thing?
I would say personally, it's more like they saved themselves. They didn't really do anything at the end, and they stopped their pursuit of our place here. So I wonder, why are they still a threat?
Because they're going to come and regather their forces and come and attack again, and we don't know if we'll be ready next time, dear Charlotte. So,
Baron still lives.
yes.
As long as the Baron lives, they are a threat.
That's certain, I guess.
I say we go and just stomp it out ourselves, right? Destroying a temple, though. How do I feel about that? Well, if it will stop, whatever. But I have to think, though, some of the sahuagin that I've met are rather, well, it's divided. Some are innocent and some are not. We could be...
Oh, yes, of course. All people are divided and different, and everyone is a special little snowflake with their own thoughts and opinions. A person is wonderful and innocent. People, as a whole, especially the sahuagin, are brutal, chaotic, and would happily tear you apart.
Yes, to the weaklings, I would surmise, but me, no.
Not only that, but they worship a shark.
They do.
They worship a literal shark god. How good can they be?
Well, it might be time to make some shark fin soup then. I don't mind cleaning up a bit.
Tonight I dine on shark fin soup. Pinewater just smiles at the party as he steps back into the throng, as you see a flash of light from the table. Ah, I have got it. Yes, here. As the party approaches, you see a map. A large map looking like it, like clearly, like the arcane casters in the party can tell that the guy is clearly scrying. And what he's showing is a map of the beach of their island. Basically, what you're looking at right now.
Oh, wonderful. Does this have any resemblance to your hometown, Alika?
Oh, no. This pales in comparison. I can't even... Anyway, no. But... So, what am I looking for?
Well, nothing.
How far away is this beach?
Sorov thinks about it for a moment. A few miles out to the coast, I would surmise. It's not too far.
Good. It's also a good thing we have a captain among us.
Indeed.
So, the image pans as his scrying spell moves around the island, showing that this beach is apparently one of the only safe beaches on the entire island. The rest of it is like cliffs and fjords with crashing waves and spiky rocks. The island itself is a large beach, seen here, a small jungle, and then the entrance to the temple itself. Essentially, the only access to the temple is this beach.
Okay, well, that we just go in the beach and we make our way to the temple and we raise it and on to phase 2 or whatever.
What's phase 2 then?
We
Destroy
go
it.
and destroy the Baron, right?
Queen Olenka? I have to remember her name again. God damn it. Why do I keep forgetting her? She's kind of important. Queen Othokent. Queen Othokent steps forward, pointing at the beach.
The sahuagin do not step onto dry land if they can help it. There must be a secret entrance underwater.
Underwater?
But also, no doubt, they will be protecting this place.
I see. Out of character, can lizard men breathe underwater?
No, but they're very good at swimming and they can hold it for a while.
Maybe I could suggest that we have some of our followers run reconnaissance around the perimeter of this place to see if we can find where this entrance is located.
Both Sorav and Othokent look at each other and grin. We already have, Madame Elika. And the view swings to the back of the island, where you can see in the sea spray a small cave with a little bit of a stone platform to it. It's small enough that a small strike force would be able to get inside, but not a full army. Copperheart, the leader of the dwarves, steps forward. Can you show me the temple itself? What? Oh, yes, of course. The scrying view turns up to the temple. Stop, hold there. There's one. Okay, turn around the temple. She has him go through multiple views of the temple itself, at least the exterior. And at the end of it, after about 5 minutes of just looking at it and trying to get better views, she finally throws up her hands. That construction is impossible.
How so?
It's standing. It must be possible in some way.
It's not physically possible. I mean, if she throws up her hands again, they must be using magic to hold it up then, because there's no way that something that size could be holding up with so few exterior supports. I mean, even if they had it full of pillars inside, it'd still be trying to fall in on itself. All the angles are wrong. Look, you see that? And she gestures to a part of the temple wall that looks like it's just made of a huge bulging stone stuck to the side of a building. That ought to be falling off.
Magic, perhaps.
That's the only explanation.
Well, it is their temple. I assume it must be something magic.
Pinewater steps forward. If it's magic holding it all together, then disrupting that magic would make the entire temple fall in on itself. And I know a fair bit of magic myself. It's entirely possible that they have that magic in a single source somewhere within.
What school of magic could possibly disrupt it?
Ikarath and Charlotte may roll Arcana. Both of you would know that what's holding it up is most likely some form of transmutation magic. The easiest way to disrupt it would be to find out what is creating said enchantment and break it. Like, if it's a person, kill them. If it's an artifact or an item, break it. And then the enchantment itself will stop.
Well, good news. It looks like it just requires a little bit of good old-fashioned destruction. Perhaps murder.
Ah, yes. The best solution to every problem. Murder.
I said perhaps murder.
Maybe murder.
Whatever the item is, it's holding it all together.
Murder is the only solution, you fools.
Then whatever vessel they may be.
Othokent steps forward and has sort of lean the view back towards the beach. If that is the case, then our objective should be clear to everyone here. We will need a group to infiltrate the back of the base, whilst our armies keep the sahuagin busy.
Sounds easy enough to me.
And literally everyone looks at the party.
And where to go to the thing and do the thing to get the thing done. Right.
It's a good thing you know a group of people that would be willing to do that.
Yeah, the Tyranny of Dragon party. They'll do it.
Yeah, let's get Nora back.
Let's get Arafin back in here. Helica needs another night with that sweet tiefling.
Yes!
Tiefling would change your life. It'd change your life forever.
Oh, really? I must try
Yes.
myself then. Well, not all. That might be a bit unusual. But, well, I wasn't expecting anyone here competent enough besides us.
Once you go tiefling, all else is trifling. Got it.
Nice.
You need to coin that shit. Coin that shit immediately.
Welcome to Prison Blade Gaming. Buy our shirts. Alright. Alpha Kent looks to the party. You all have followers, yes?
Yes.
Your own personal forces and army?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Then I suggest we make a plan. Ida, the leader of the Saltmarsh Council, interjects here, stepping up. I can't send my town guards with you. We need them here to protect the town in case the sahuagin mount a surprise attack. We might be able to send a few, but I'd like to keep as many as possible here to protect us.
Well, I can't speak for the rest of them, but keep as many town guard as you need. I don't think my forces would need any assistance.
Othakent raises a hand.
It is entirely possible that the majority of the sahuagin forces will be weakened. Women and children, most likely. After all, we did slay a good amount of their numbers. Still, we should make a plan.
She looks to Shinzo and the rest of the party, particularly Shinzo.
You are a mercenary. You have seen war, yes?
Many times over.
What do you make of this beach?
No matter what they do, I could still storm it.
But we will need a strategy to follow. We must think this through. Our intelligence is the one advantage we have over these fish.
Pinewater looks like he's about to counter that statement, but thinks better of it.
You were about to say something, Mr. Pinewater.
No, nothing at all.
Ikarath would also be thinking about saying something, but also holster.
Shinzo would just come out and say something, because he's an idiot. Well, in all due respect, intelligence might work for you, but brute force has always worked for me.
So just storm it directly and get to the source immediately, instead of going around and trying to prevent as many casualties as we can.
Well, what is the one advantage they have? They can breathe, and at the very least be on land and water as the same. We, on the other hand, do
They
not.
also might have traps sprinkled on the beach. Don't forget that. It may look normal.
They probably won't be expecting us to be underwater, but that may require a bit of work. We are to procure spells or perhaps potions of underwater breathing for a while.
That is a good idea.
I'll point out that y'all can draw on this map.
Oh,
Yeah, feel free to make plans on this.
Okay, so just quick question. From the water is the approach we are taking,
Yes.
and we go up.
To be perfectly transparent for the next session, and hopefully Dingo and Quinn will be here for it, so we'll have the full party. Your forces are going to land on this beach and storm upwards towards the temple itself. They are going to be assisted by the lizard folk, who will be occupying the underwater sahuagin to prevent them from being surrounded. Essentially, what you're going to have to deal with is the sahuagin that come out of the temple to fight back. In order to do that, they'll see y'all coming. The lizard folk will provide safe passage to the island. It's going to be the party's goal to fight through whatever they've set up and get to the temple, while your actual player characters sneak around back and take the back entrance inside to sabotage the temple.
oh,
I see. So this is where all of our units is gonna fight.
This is where your followers and armies are going to be fighting.
Well, what I will say is that my armies can fight in water as well. So they could assist the lizard folk at anything trying to surprise us from beneath.
I guess it just comes to how are we going to enter, which team goes in what direction.
Is okay. So we just gotta draw the units on here essentially.
You can drag your units onto there, and they should just appear in the squares.
Oh, okay. Yep, those guys.
Yep, there you go.
Got it.
Now, you're welcome to send however many or few units that you want into this fight.
Shinzo would indicate with his finger that he would take over the right side of the beach with his people.
All right.
Just need to freaking zoom in here.
Oh, you only have one. You only got one, Shun. Yeah, every square is like a group of individuals fighting as one. If you use the measuring tool, you'll find that each of these squares is 10 feet. So like every square unit is a group of individuals fighting in unison with each other. Now, these aren't the way warfare works using these strongholds and using Matt Colville's rules. God bless his soul. Is that basically every member of your unit only has 1 HP. But it's also the same for your enemies. And basically, when you're rolling attacks for your units, that's all of your guys attacking the enemy guys. And doing as much damage as they can, and hopefully killing someone.
Alright, let me move my dudes. Okay.
So, this map is like much bigger. Realistically, the size of a single character would be like that.
Wow, oh, that's pretty...
Oh, Dogo.
Okay, smooth. But is Warhammer size kind of type thing in my head?
I'm sorry?
No, I was just getting like Warhammer, like the graphics in my head. But yeah, no, I was just saying.
Yeah.
But okay, so what about you, Charlotte? Where are you going to place your peeps?
And how about you, Ikarath?
Still thinking about it.
As the
I
map,
got the right side.
I'll show you all this. As the map pans out, as Sorov tries to show you more of the situation, you can see that the bottom part up here leads into the temple itself. However, the parts that are higher up on the cliff faces on either side, the cliffs themselves keep going around the temple, meaning that if all you do is press forward, they're going to surround you in a pincer attack with the high ground. So, realistically, and let's go Battlefront 2 here. There are going to be a couple of objective markers that you will need to claim. Come on.
That's crazy.
That's bullshit.
One on each side, huh?
Here. Here. And of course, in the center. Your forces will have to clear out each of these 3 locations in order to guarantee safe passage. Or at least
Wow.
to draw out the sahuagin even more to try and stop you. There, ergo, leaving more available, leaving less in the temple to defend it from the actual party's infiltration. In essence, next week, y'all are going to be running a very advanced pincer attack.
Very nice.
Love it.
So, what y'all need to decide right now is which ones you're going for first, who's going for what kind of tactics you'll use, what kind of backup you will have, all that stuff. Is anyone staying back in reserve? Is any member of the party actually going to fight alongside your armies?
Oh yeah, Helica will be on the field. If she could call her tiefling bride, she would. But there's no long distance. Well, I don't have message, but yes, yes. I'm gonna be down there.
There we go. I'll place me on the field too.
Now, I will point out that if you are in this fight, you won't be able to enter the dungeon.
Never mind.
Yeah, there is a dungeon.
How do I take me off? She's just gonna put me in the water there.
Yeah, I can trust that Arula can I trust that she can do the thing.
Alright, well, my guys will take the right objective. Let's see. How many followers does everybody have?
A lot.
I got like 3 units.
So many.
I have 4.
Dean?
I've got 3. So probably going to go for this one here.
On the left?
Yep.
Well, your 2, Violet and the 7 dwarves should definitely be able to handle that. He says, knowing full well what he plans to put there. And also something to keep in mind is that we will also have Amo's minions and Sorok's pirates to assist with everything.
Okay, so that's kind of my approach. Cavaliers are gonna go in first, followed by the knights and soldiers, and then hidden with them, or like behind them, is gonna be the assailants. Gonna try to get sneak attacks in while among the whole fight, and then behind them is the hunters.
Gotcha. All right.
So that way they can rain down.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Anybody else going to do any more advanced tactics like that?
No, I'm gonna play it by ear for now for Helica. She's gonna go straight for it.
All right.
How high are the cliffs around here?
About 10 to 15 feet high.
Well, at the very least, once I'm sure my people will make quick work of this place here, they might jump down and join me here.
All right.
Now after the fight, you said that these cliffs on the right and left, they just keep going up and surround the temple?
Yes, they do.
Do they link up, all these?
Yes.
Okay, the link.
I don't have a full picture of it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the picture in mind.
Let me see if I can. Let me delete all this. Let me see if I can do a quick sketch-a-rooney for you. All right. So basically, how it actually works is that the island itself is pretty much a large circle, with this acting as your point of ingress. The rest of the island is surrounded by choppy waters and waves and sharp rocks.
Shark rocks.
I have never encountered one of those, and they
Shark.
sound very scary.
Shark rock. It's the new Pokemon. It's a crocodile shark Pokemon. So a lot of this is cliffs that kind of make a semicircle. And there's a beach all the way around the island, but it's all cliffs and shit. No, it's all not very good. There's also higher cliffs deeper in, kind of like large plateaus.
And essentially, this area is where we're entering. So this would be the right side, this would be the left side,
Yes,
and that would be down the middle.
exactly.
Hmm.
Now,
Makes sense.
the actual, like the majority of the island itself is covered in forest, save for near the shore. And then you have the legitimate temple of the shark itself. There we go.
Nice.
Sweet.
Now,
This looks like a Hot Wheels set.
good. It's supposed to. It's supposed to be silly and cheesy.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
No, I like
Like a
it.
seasoned oyster.
All right. Now, the catch is that back here is the secret entrance, which will lead, hopefully, into the cavern, the temple of the shark. So the idea is everybody goes in here, or all the armies go in here on the beach and storm forward, trying to draw as many sahuagin out, while the party goes in through the back and pulls their sabotage.
Oh. Pincer
Should be
attack.
day for them. From the beach.
Yep. Now,
Will there be any enemies on the cliff?
maybe.
Well then.
Out of character, the main fight that you're going to control is going to be on the beach itself. Like, after that, it's just going to be, oh, they're fighting. Like, your forces are holding them up. While the rest of the party actually does the dungeon crawl part of the adventure.
Mm.
Sweet.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So we have our plan.
Yeah, my guys will take the right. Bean or Charlotte can take the left, and I guess you and Nikaroth can go down the middle.
I was considering splitting my forces and sending Sazerac and the Blades to the left with Charlotte, and keeping Zathark and the Fangs down the middle, so that in the middle we would have archers that can fire up at the cliffs if need be.
Hmm.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds good.
Hmm. So, and then she looks at everyone else in the room. How are you feeling about the plan? She asks the NPCs.
Pinewater nods. A good plan. I approve. I think it'll work.
Hmm. So is that all you'll be needing from us then?
The rest of the NPCs kind of nod, like, yeah, this is gonna work. We're gonna do this. We got this.
Good.
Don't be too hasty. Who knows what sort of tricks they have? I'm a little bit
Oh, Charlotte.
concerned about transmutation. You see,
Transmutation.
because it is magically built, there is a possibility that their traps may be the temple itself, where they can transform things. The layout of this might mutate when we get there. But that is just a projection of thoughts. That's only something I would do if I were personally taking care of this.
Hmm. Well, I mean, regardless of that, whatever comes our way, we still have to face it and dash this situation out. But that is a concern, though.
Certainly. It will be fun either way.
With that, Helica, about face, leaves out into the tavern.
All right. With that, I'd say everyone calls it an evening, heads back to their homes to rest and sleep before the invasion begins tomorrow morning.
Helica would be looking deeply into this book that she got from the libraries back home, and she is her entourage still in the town?
You mean like her manservant?
Zutak and
Oh, yeah, they
the other
are.
one, of course.
Yes,
Okay.
they are.
She call.
Are you gonna fuck
She
the lizard,
calls.
Shen?
Oh my lord! Hey, wait! Give me a moment. Give me a moment. She calls Kost into her chambers.
Korsk enters, looking nervous.
Come here.
Yes, my lady.
She scoots her table chair and she points to this line in this book. What do you know about the Book of Vile Darkness? Well, we're waiting.
I'm sorry, I had to recover from that. Korsk blinks, thinks about it. It's a book about darkness.
That is vile.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's
Yes,
a book.
And would you know how one might come upon it?
No. I can find out.
Good. We should do that. Post haste. Send Zutak in here.
Oh, I've been waiting to use this line. Okay. He nods and cheerfully rushes out. A few minutes later, Zutak enters. My lady.
Right. Come in. What's this?
What's what?
the meme.
Oh,
That's
that.
literally what I have in my brain. That's what I see with this island.
That's fucking great. Oh.
Listen, I need you to take this note, and I need it to get to Arafin. Um, just whoever is the courier around here, could you take it to them and get this note to her? Tell them to get it to her hands only, no one else. And she seals the note with a kiss, hands it to Zutak, and she says, "Meet me back after you're finished." And that will cut. That will end Helica scene.
All right.
Before Charlotte returns home, she does want to meet with Violet for just a brief moment, if I'm allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, dear, you have your reward. Now, come to my garden right now.
Of course. She's breathing heavily, excited about what this promise might hold, as she follows you to your garden.
Oh, you're such an excited child. How adorable. But now, as Charlotte walks her walking stick, it begins to resonate, and she makes a loud thump to the ground, and immediately it begins to extend. She flips it around like a baton, and she holds it almost like a sword with her two hands laying very low to the ground. Do you know this position?
No, I can't say that I do.
I'm going to teach you for tomorrow. This is a very special type of hold, and you might think it naive to put your sword so low, or your weapon. But since you have a spear, it is quite similar to mine. Now, this is no ordinary walking stick I have here. Now, come at me with all you've got.
Violet blinks in surprise, but pulls out her spear and charges at Charlotte.
In the instant that she charges, Charlotte immediately flips her staff up, the length of it guarding almost instantly, pushing her spear to the side, the weight of it crashing down on her. You do know that while I may have a staff, it is very fast and flexible. That metal of yours will weigh you down.
She blinks and is kind of surprised. Wow. You are so wise. I will remember this.
Good. I will do more training with you later. But remember this.
I will.
Be quick and nimble,
I shall
and it
remember
will
this.
serve you well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Charlotte spins her staff around and then immediately shrinks back to her own walking stick and collects it up. Other than that, would you like to have dinner tonight?
I would
I'm
be
quite hungry.
honored.
Good. And they have dinner. Pleasantly.
All right. And we're going to wrap up this episode with one last cutscene. As the good Lord Pinewater returns to his favored position, standing in front of his library window, looking out over the entire city, sipping at his tea. Silence falls. But after a few moments it is broken, as the mirror behind him warbles. He turns, looking at the shadowy figure in the mirror. Yes, I would like to make a deal. I happen to have the soul coins of numerous sahuagin that were slain here just a few days ago. I'm willing to trade them for information. I'd like to know everything you know about a Miss Helica from a distant land.
Ah, shit.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are going to call this adventure for the evening.
With snaps.
Oh shit, Rick. All right. I am so sorry, chat, but we have to stop. I know, it sucks, but we don't have all the players, and we can't continue the game until we have everyone here. That said, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Ghosts of Saltmarsh. My name is Hawk, I've been your GM for today, and joining us today were Shinzo, playing himself, the human fighter.
Hello.
Ryan, playing Ikarath, the absolutely normal human.
Absolutely.
Charlotte, Bean, playing Charlotte, the human warlock.
Charlotte playing Bean.
Is Charlotte playing Bean, or is Bean actually the player all along?
I don't know. In a disguise again. I was never an old lady. I was string bean. A sentient string bean beyond the years. Uneaten.
And Shun, playing Helica, the waifu collector.
Yes, the Amazonian meme madam. The meme lady, the meme queen.
Hell yeah.
Character art used in this game belongs to their respective artists. All rights are reserved by them. The map was created using tile sets made by Gabriel Pickard. Please support him on Roll20. The man is fucking amazing. And Shun and Bean drew a lot of their own artwork as well, so mad props to them.
Thanks.
Ghosts of Saltmarsh, Dungeons & Dragons, and all associated properties are copyright Wizards of the Coast. The rules for strongholds and followers that we have been using are copyright Matt Colville. Please support the official and third-party releases. This has been a Prism Blade Gaming production. If you enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. Share with your friends. Try not to be researched by a crazy noble warlock. And, yeah. Be here next week. We stream this campaign on a weekly basis every Sunday night at 8 p.m. You can also follow me on Twitter at Hawk Johansson to keep up to date with other streams and videos we're working on. If you'd like, you can also follow at Shunbun and at Magic Bean to see more of our amazing artists doing art. And again, thank y'all so much for watching. We hope to see you next time. The next game will be next Saturday for Lasers and Liches. I think. No, not next week. Next game will be this game again next Sunday. Again, thank you all so much for watching. It has been a pleasure playing for you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.